Well, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice and do your own research. Hey, before I forget, remember what makes Grandpa happy. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe makes Grandpa happy. I hardly have any subscribers, and I don't know if anybody likes me, but I've been kind of getting used to that over the years. So please like and subscribe. I like to look at it. If I get to see that, it makes Grandpa happy. And then also, I'm going to do pre-market news. Pre-market. Probably around the same time I did it today. I enjoyed that. And I think a lot of people can watch that before they go to work or whatnot. So I'm going to do that again. And don't you worry, Grandpa's got news. Speaking of news, we have Fed Chairman Powell going to talk to us about our interest rates tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And if he pauses and doesn't raise them, we're going to see a big number probably. And if he raises them, it's not going to be so good. So anyway, I'm hoping that he pauses and we see our 277 and everybody's happy. And then we can go on with life here. But I'm going to do the news tomorrow morning, Lord willing, and that'll be just great. So let's get at it here. What do we got going on? After hours here, we've got very little bit of shorting going on at 252.30 area. Not shorting, I mean buying. They're buying down there a little bit, tiny bit. It's very small. And on the other side of the coin at 278.95, just a little bit of shorting going on. So them are the only two numbers on all 10 screens currently to look at. So it's kind of easy for Grandpa, but neither one of them are doing much, believe me. It's pretty quiet. Right now we're getting bear flag after hours in the 5-minute candle, and we're going to get a little bit of a dip here for a few dollars probably. But okay, so let's go over what happened on the sell side here today. Pre-market, just briefly, all these pre-markets are short selling what the market makers did pre-market. 289 pre-market short, 279 short, 268.66 pre-market, 270, 317 pre-market. They love to go up in the, they've been doing that just about every day. They're just building a little bit in that 314 to 318 area, sometimes the 320s. They're putting positions up there just ever so little bit every day, sometimes pre-market, sometimes after hours, sometimes both. And then we got 270 times 1, and that was a pretty prevalent number all through the day, even when the price was down at 261.20, the low of the day. Hey, you know what? Speaking of the low of the day, 261.20 was the low of the day, and that has prevalence because Grandpa's previous video, 2 videos ago, this morning, I think it was around 9:50 a.m., I put out a update video saying that if you want to grab some, get your $4 or $5 and go up. And By George, it did go up. It went up to 267.85. Right out of the chute, it went up to 265. Right within an hour or so of Grandpa giving the update that it was going to go up, and you could grab your $4. It went up $3.80 at that point. But let's see, we're almost $7 up. What a guy could have got on that deal if he did it just perfect. But anyway, all that being said, pay attention to Grandpa's alerts and his updates, because I got guys that are watching and listening that have done really well with my updates. Pretty soon they're going to be doing more weller than Grandpa does well, and I don't know if that's possible, but Grandpa has so much fun. Nobody should have as much fun as Grandpa has. Okay, so the high of the day was 267.85. The low was 261.20, and Grandpa called it out while it was still going down. The price was, I don't know, 263.5, and by the time I got the video going, I seen it going down there when it was 265 area, but regardless, that was an opportunity. 266.50 is where we closed. We closed up, and compared to the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow, I think Tesla outperformed today. So, and you got everybody believing we're gonna take a dive here, and I'm sure there's lots of shorts, and I think we got record shorts, not just the ones that Grandpa tells you about, but the ones that they talk about on TV, shorts waiting to happen. Who knows what they really are? I don't even know what they are. But they say there's record shorts been going on. And they like to take their money, so that bounce up to 277 area would just about do that, So there's another reason why I think it might just bounce up there. Okay, so on the short side, I covered through, let's see, then they did 275 times 1, shorting briefly, 277.63. There's our number that I first seen that made me think that we're going to probably see 277 possibly on Wednesday. And from where we're at right now, that's a doable number. But I'm thinking 277. If you get that high or close to it, get out of Dodge. If you go long, get out of Dodge. And of course, we had 268, 269, 270 shorting throughout the day, periodically on and off on 278.41 just before the close, 278.41. Keep in mind, these numbers, they've kept them virtually all underneath. During regular hours, all of them are underneath our 279 and our 280 where we are of substance. Okay, so we're not building anything up above that to speak of. And we did a little bit at 272 after hours. She blinked a few times, but nothing of substance or anything like that. So Grandpa thinks we have a good shot at getting to that 277 tomorrow, especially with Fed Powell speaking to us. They're going to get excited. We're going to see some movement, most likely. And now on the bottom side, on the buy side, pre-market, we had 251.30, 247.30, 256.30 times 1 during regular hours briefly. And here's your big number right here. This is where you are going to go. It's our next place of halfway decent substance even. Yesterday it was 261.50. If you recall, I called it out. I did video after video on it. Watch my previous videos, you guys, or live streams, what do they call these things? Watch them, and so you get to understand what Grandpa's talking about. Grandma's still trying to figure out what Grandpa's talking about, and we've been married almost 50 years. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I said, watch my live stream. I don't want to watch your live stream, Grandma says. I want you to just tell me. I said, Grandma, watch my live streams. I don't want to talk about numbers to you. You don't get it anyway. She would watch. She has been watching some of my live streams. It's the only way I'll communicate with her now. She wants to know what Grandpa's talking about. She has to watch Grandpa's live stream. Okay, what was I talking about? Anybody know? Oh, 260. We are going to see 260. It's our new number. They blew through that 261.50 that they did times 12 half the day yesterday like crazy. They bought there, and they blew through that and took their profits. And they also, when they got that 261.50, think about this, guys. I want you to think about something now. Grandpa's thinking. When Grandpa's thinking, it's important. Well, to my grandkids, it's important when Grandpa thinks. So 261.50, they had a ton going along. They bought there. When it went through that 261.50, they bought all their positions. And they don't have to sell them at 265. These guys like to make money. They want to sell them at 277.63 or 277 or 278.41. That's where they want to sell them because they like to make $15 to $17 on when they have a big deal going. So they filled their positions, and now they own them going. They bought them already in advance, but the number has to get there for them to get matched up. And over the next 2 to 3 days, they'll match them all up, and they'll do their settlement. Blah, 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 behind the scenes. That doesn't matter. What matters is they just clean them out. Just like the other day when they did the 276 pre-market, okay? They had a chunk up there at 276 short, okay? And they went to 276.15 pre-market yesterday. From 7 to 7:05, they went up there and they got them. They got their shorts, and today they took it down to 261.20. What's 61 from 76? Anybody know? $15. They made their $15 when they went down. This is the game that the market makers play, and they have multiple exchanges with the ability to buy and sell out of range. That's how the markets work. They provide the liquidity so that we can trade, and we need to be thankful for them. I'm very thankful because the market makers show me in advance where they're going. And this is the other reason that I believe that we're going to see real close to that 277, if not 277.63. Very soon, because The market makers didn't do that much at 277.63. They didn't short that much, but they don't need to. They just need to get it up there tomorrow, so they can get rid of their long positions that they just acquired at 261.50. But the next number on the way down for you to buy at or get in at is right at that 260. They were wild there all day. They bought there nonstop times 2. That's 200 shares per blink, 30, 40 times a minute, if not more. Then they'd go to 1 for a while and let it inch upward. Then they'd go to 2, then they'd go to 1, then they'd go to 2. 200 shares per blink, and they did it all day, nonstop. That's a place of some substance now. And so when they hit that, you can expect a $4 or $5 bounce at minimum. Get it. Get that bounce. We like to do well. Grandpa wants you to do well. Oh, what time is it? Oh, man, I did another long video. Nobody ever wants to watch Grandpa's long videos because Grandpa talks too much. But, okay, current price. Oh, man, 266.30. I'll tell you how long I talked. When I wrote down the current price, I wrote down 266.55, and now it's 266.35. That's Grandpa talked you down 20 cents, but I did tell you they were going to do a bear flag anyway in the beginning of the video. So anyway, then in the morning in my pre-news deal that I'm going to do, pre-market news, if I remember, I'll talk to you about my candles some more, my pretty Japanese candles. Okay. Remember, all good things are from the Lord, and God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at right around 7:10, something like that. Let it get started, and we'll see you at 7:10 tomorrow, and Grandpa will tell you what I see in the blinking. And the news. Yeah, the news. Yeah, Grandpa's a newsman now. Well, God bless you. See you tomorrow. Morning, early. Bye.